feel so good, so I can't prepare dinner tonight. I don't think I should go to the family gathering tomorrow either.
What? Are you serious? I don't want to hear anything about a fake sickness. If there's no dinner tonight, then I'm staying at a hotel. See you there tomorrow.
Wait, meet you there? Do I need to drive? I'm really sick.
Of course, I'm not gonna pick you up.
Why are you so mean?
Because you're just faking it. You just don't want to go and meet my family, right?
I seriously feel like I've got a fever. If I have some type of virus, I might spread it to your family.
You really don't want to go, huh?
Why don't you understand me?
Okay, I'll pick you up in the morning then.
Is there a reason why you want me to go there so bad?
I want you to do all the household chores at my parents' house.
What? I didn't get married to be the housekeeper for your parents' house. I'm actually an office worker. Did you forget that?
You should before I get pissed off. Anyway, be ready when I pick you up tomorrow.
Can you think about my health, though?
I don't want to hear any excuses, so be ready tomorrow, okay?
Okay then. Seems like you don't care about me.
Hi, Liz. How is everything?
Rob, how are you? I'm doing okay.
I'm doing okay also. How's your husband?
Oh, about him. By the way, you're a divorce attorney, right?
Yes, I am. Did something happen?
Yup. I might ask you something, so if I do, can you take care of it?
Of course. You're my friend from college. If you need anything, reach out to me anytime, okay? You always don't reply on someone, so...
Thank you. I'm okay for now, but if I need help, I will let you know. I've been trying to deal with this myself, but I thought I'd rather talk to a pro about this.
Yeah, I understand. Do you want to meet up next week?
That would be great. I appreciate it. Sorry for sending you a text so early in the morning, but I really need your help. It's urgent.
What happened?
I'm at the hospital right now.
What? I'm gonna head there from now, okay? Can you tell me the name of the hospital?
Thanks, it's such and such hospital.
Where the hell are you?
You punched me in the face, and I had to get taken to the hospital.
Please don't tell me that you're still there.
I am.
Ugh, stop being dramatic and come back here immediately.
Are you serious?
You're just making an excuse because you don't want my mom to treat you like crap, right?
Why don't you understand that I'm sick and you also just punched me? You crossed the line.
Yeah, well, excuses. All you do is lie all the time. Listen, if you don't want to get punched in the face again, come back right now.
You are such an Okay, you know what? I'm not going back, and you piss me off. You better be prepared for what's coming to you.
Liz, why are the police at my house?
Because I was tired of your bullshit. You'd better be prepared to lose everything.
What do you mean, everything?
Remember my friend from college? Who's a lawyer?
Oh, that douche who thinks that he's cool because he has a strong sense of justice?
He's much better than a scumbag like you. Anyways, I talked to him about everything, and he's pissed. So he quickly prepared a lawsuit. You'd better be ready.
Oh my god, I'm about to get arrested!
What? You're not arrested yet?
I was told to check on the situation first. My mom is getting arrested too? Are you serious? My family is giving me the cold shoulder because of you!
Well, of course. She saw everything, but acted like she saw nothing. Good luck getting questioned by the police. I'm pretty sure that they will know a lot of details about you. I'm not going to forgive you just because you're someone close. I'm going to charge you with assault, so be prepared.
What? Are you serious? We're husband and wife!
Oh, and we're also getting a divorce. It was such a mistake getting married to you in the first place. Do you finally know your place now? You're done. I should have dumped and divorced an asshole like you a long time ago.
Excuse me? What the hell did I do?
Well, I also knew that you were cheating.
What? Cheating?
So I'm going to make you pay for the alimony, the medical bill, and the compensation. You will get arrested, and I think your company will know about this.
Wait, hold up. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm telling you about what will happen to you. What's so confusing about it?
All I did was educate you.
Well, your way of educating me is unforgivable. What you did to me was a crime.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. I just want you to go to hell. Do you now realize how serious this is?
Liz, please calm down. Aren't you exaggerating about being carried to the hospital? I didn't mean to do that.
Well, it's a little too late. I think you're going to lose your position in the company, right?
That's gonna be a problem. Also, I never cheated on you, so why do I need to pay the alimony?
I have all the evidence I need, so you should stop lying. Anyways, I'm still divorcing you.
Divorce? I'm not divorcing you! Are you having fun making me suffer?
Suffer? I'm the one suffering because you hurt me, plus I have a fever. Well, I said everything from my side, so if you don't have anything to say, then bye.
Wait, let's talk and work this out together!
What the is wrong with you?
Excuse me!
There is no way I want to work this out with an asshole like you. Anyways, if you have any problems, contact the lawyer, aka my friend, and not me, okay?
Wait, I still love you though!
I don't. You should regret everything you've done to me. Don't ever contact me again. Do you hear me? After the last chat, Derek got arrested with his mom and got questioned by the police. It was found out that he assaulted me multiple times in the past. He tried to make a settlement, but my friend declined. His mom knew about the assault, but decided to hide and lie about it, so she was charged with failure to report a crime, and when her husband found out, he ended up divorcing her, and all the relatives cut ties with both of them. Derek's company found out about everything he did, so he got demoted and transferred to a smaller company in the middle of nowhere, working his butt off to pay off the debt. This is his own fault, and I think he will have a terrible life. On the other hand, I thanked my friend and started a whole new life.
Jackie, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but when are you going to quit that job of yours? There's just no way you can properly manage full-time work while raising a child. Poor Heather. Is this really how you want her to remember her childhood? You never being around because your job always took priority? If you want what's best for Heather, then you should stay at home full-time. Elaine, it's good to hear from you, but do we really have to discuss this issue yet again? My answer will remain the same, no matter how many times you bring this up. It's just not an option for me to leave my job now, and I have no intention of doing so either. I hope you haven't forgotten the fact that I run my own company. If I leave, there won't be anyone left to run the company. What are you talking about? You can just leave that up to your replacement. I'm sure there are other capable people who can take over as president, but there's only one mother for Heather, and that's you. Are you sure that you really understand that responsibility? And yet you still choose to neglect the housework and childcare just so you can keep working. Nothing is being neglected, just so you know. I do my share of the housework and childcare and make sure that Heather is my #1 priority, always. Except for the time that Heather spends at daycare, I'm always right by her side. That's not what I'm talking about. What if something were to happen to Heather during the day? You might be too busy with work and be unable to get to her when she needs you. Have you ever thought about that? Just imagine how she'd feel. I've definitely considered that kind of situation. And that's why I always keep my phone right next to me, so that I can be reached at any time during the day. I've always been available whenever Heather needs me, so I'm quite certain that she doesn't feel like she's missing out on anything. That's what I'm saying. You're just trying to justify your reasons for not being with Heather all the time. My poor granddaughter. How lonely she must be all the time. Just so you know, I won't acknowledge any woman with a job as my daughter-in-law. In my family, a mother's #1 job is taking care of her family. What does Jason say about all this? Surely he doesn't support the idea of you working so much. Actually, Jason is very encouraging about me working. He knows how hard I've worked to build up my career this far, so he doesn't want me to let it go for the sake of her family. We both share the load in raising Heather and keeping up our house, so we've already discussed how we will always support and help one another in this family. I see. Perhaps I raised Jason to be much too kind of a gentleman. He's very respectful of your wishes, isn't he? But I'm sure that's not how he truly feels. I think that he'd be happier if you would be at home full-time. But what can I say? You were well aware of my wishes to continue working even before Jason and I got married. I thought it was a mutual understanding. And my thoughts about my career haven't changed since then, so leaving my job isn't even an option for me. You're really such a stubborn woman. Jason earns more than enough to support you and Heather. Don't you live comfortably enough already? Of course, I don't just work for financial reasons. My job is also one of my passions. It's something I've always dreamed of doing, and I just can't let it go that easily. But also in this day and age, you never know what could happen. I just feel that it's better not to rely on just a single source of income. Are you saying that you're worried about being dependent on my son? Do you think that he's going to lose his job or something? Absolutely not. I would trust Jason with my life. But this is something we've already discussed and decided on together. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to do as you say. I just thought that once you got married and had children, you'd finally realize that a woman's place should be in the home. But I guess I was wrong. You just don't know when it's time to give up, do you? Like I said before, I refuse to acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law. You're not my family. You don't even have the decency to heed my advice. We might as well be complete strangers. I don't know what to say. Well, there's one thing for sure that I can tell you. We're planning to go out to a fancy Italian restaurant to celebrate Heather's graduation from preschool. But you don't have to join us. We'll keep the celebration to family only. Excuse me, that just seems a bit ridiculous, don't you think? I'm pretty sure that Heather herself wouldn't be happy about that situation. Besides, I don't think it's right that my daughter should be caught up in your drama. Perhaps you can leave your complaints about me behind for just one night when we're out celebrating Heather. That's just you being selfish. You're the one who's not willing to compromise and won't even consider my request. Why don't you try to make the effort to meet me halfway for once? I think I've made more than enough effort to be on good terms with you until now. We visited you every single month since Heather was born, even though it takes us more than 2 hours each way to your house. But that's because we want you to spend time with her as well. And we thought that you enjoyed being able to see your granddaughter as often as possible. Of course I enjoy seeing her. But isn't that just an obvious courtesy you should pay? Or do I have to give you a reward or something for just doing your duty? You're just doing what's expected of you anyways. Is that really how you think of me? What about the monthly allowance that we send you? We do that out of generosity, so you can live comfortably without having to worry about money. You don't get it, do you? I would have gotten my monthly allowance regardless of whether Jason married you or not, so don't think you're doing anyone any favors. But since Jason did end up marrying you, of course you should be sending money to support me now. I'm not sure that's quite how it works. Anyways, I hope you understand what I'm saying now. You are to quit your job immediately. This is no longer just a request, but an order. We still need to discuss this matter in more detail next time. Hey, sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. I just finished work, so I'm on my way home now. Were you able to get dinner ready and eat with Heather already?
Yeah, everything here is fine. Heather helped with the cooking and did a really great job. She said she wanted to do something special for you since you always work so hard. So we made a feast together.
Wow, I can't wait to get home. We're so lucky to have such a kind and understanding daughter. She's such an angel.
She gets it from her mother. When I was struggling with my job and wanted to switch to something part-time, you didn't even hesitate to step up and say that you would support our family financially. You have no idea how much that meant to me. I don't know what I would have done if you had second-guessed my decision.
Of course I would never doubt you. And we promised that we would support each other no matter what happened. But now you're much more involved in caring for Heather and pretty much handle everything around the house. Heather surely seems to enjoy having you around all the time now. And thanks to you, I can spend more time at work now than before without having to worry about Heather all the time.
You have no idea how lucky I feel to have such a confident and hardworking wife. And I think this part-time job is working out for me. I feel like I can stay here for a while. Although it's not much of a salary, I hope that it still contributes to our household income.
There's no need to talk yourself down like that. I told you how grateful I am about having you around the home more often. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. And for our family, it worked out better that I work full-time and you stay at home almost full-time. It's a perfect balance for us.
Oh, you're such a saint. I didn't know what I would have done if I didn't have your support. Thank you for everything.
Don't be silly. You're just as supportive of me, and I'm also grateful for all your hard work.
By the way, my mom called earlier. Did she tell you not to come to Heather's graduation celebration?
She sure did. But if I really don't attend, I'd just be playing right into her hands. I'm not going to give her that satisfaction. I plan on showing up regardless of what she says.
Yeah, you're right. I had a feeling that's what you would say. As a matter of fact, I decided to finally settle this conflict with my mom, once and for all.
What do you mean?
I know that you haven't told my mom that I quit my job and only work part-time now. And don't get me wrong, I really appreciate that consideration. But I feel like that's why she's getting so carried away, because she's unaware of the actual situation. It's starting to get pretty ridiculous how she's always trying to force you to quit your job.
Well, I guess if she knew our current situation, she'd realize that leaving my job isn't even an option. And I'm sure she wouldn't keep threatening me to quit working if she knew how crucial my income was in supporting our family, right? But I just didn't find the need to tell her all this. Especially knowing what a toxic parent she is, she would have just forced you to keep working, even against your will. And she would have just kept meddling in our family's business, because she always wants to control the situation her way.
Exactly, and that's why we decided not to tell her about my current working situation. But she's always been much too involved in our business, and imposing her unwelcome advice on us. So I told her quite firmly that she needs to stay out of our business from now on. That the way we run our household will be up to you and me.
Really? You said all that? It's unusual for you to be so firm with your mother.
I know, and since she raised me single-handedly, I've always had a hard time fighting back when she had such strong opinions. I didn't want her to think that I was ungrateful or anything, because I'm sure that she had to sacrifice so much. But you actually made me realize that she was a problem, that it wasn't normal to be so controlling.
I'm glad that you can see that now, and better late than never, right?
Yeah, but because I was afraid to confront her all this time, she thought that she just kept hurling all these insults at you. But I don't want to stand back and do nothing about it anymore. She caused you more than enough trouble already. The next time she acts inappropriately and disrespects our family in any way, we'll just make a clean break from her.
Are you sure that's what you really want?
Of course. You and Heather are my biggest priorities right now. And I'm willing to take any means to stand up against anything or anyone that would even think to make either of you the least bit unhappy. And to make things even worse, it seems like my mother has been telling lies about us to Heather.
What do you mean? That's just unbelievable. I'll be home soon, so I hope you'll tell me everything. I thought that I made myself clear when I told you not to show up for Heather's celebration. What part of "don't come" did you not understand? Because it seems like you're still heading to the restaurant after all. You should be ashamed for being so impudent to think that you can impose on a family gathering like that. But I told you that I was going to attend, regardless of whether you wanted me there or not. Fair enough, do as you please, but I'm telling you right now that you're only going to end up making a big fool of yourself. We're having a big family celebration for my granddaughter. I told you I don't consider you as part of my family, so you can help yourself to just the bread bowl or something if you insist on burdening us with your presence. Fine, I understand. So that means we'll no longer be sending you money every month, since that's a family obligation. What do you mean by that? I mean exactly what I said, but let me make it clear for you so that there's no misunderstanding. As you said, we're not family, so you won't be receiving any money from us anymore. I don't want my hard-earned money being wasted on such an ungrateful person anymore. What did you say? Don't you even know that it should be your duty to financially support me as my son's wife? You can't just stop sending money because of some difference of opinion. I'm sure my son would never allow that. What does he say about all this? In fact, Jason is talking about cutting all ties with you. He said that he can no longer bear the terrible way you've been treating me. He's run out of patience with you and doesn't want to be at your beck and call all the time anymore. That's impossible. I sacrificed so much to raise him single-handedly. He would never say such a thing. I didn't raise him to be that ungrateful. Of course not. And that's why Jason has always been so thoughtful of you and wanting to ensure that you live comfortably. Even if he didn't agree with some of your ways, he always kept those opinions to himself. But now he has his own family that he needs to protect and provide for. And since you keep trying to interfere with our family, he's finally decided to cut all ties with you. That can't be true. I'll never allow that to happen. It's not up to you to decide, so it doesn't matter what you think. We won't be sending you any money from now on since we're not family, as you said. And we'll no longer be involved with one another either. Which obviously means that our monthly visits are over as well. You can't do that. Just think about how upset Heather will be if she's no longer able to see me. It's wrong for you to keep my granddaughter away like that. Actually, Heather says that she doesn't like you all that much, as a matter of fact. She said what? Why would she say such a thing? Isn't it true that you've been telling her lies about me this whole time? Just like how you used to badmouth your husband in front of Jason when he was a child? What kind of child would be happy hearing lies about their own parent? Those aren't lies. I was just giving her my opinion. Are you saying that it's wrong to tell Heather what I think? If it makes her uncomfortable to hear those things, then yes, it's wrong. And she's made it quite clear to us that the only reason she enjoys going to your house is because of your dog. She wants to play with your dog, so she has no choice but to spend time with you as well. But that won't be a problem anymore, since we just decided to adopt a dog. What? How are you planning on taking care of a dog? You and Jason are hardly at home because you both work such long hours. Actually, Jason left his job a while ago and works part-time now. He has a much more flexible schedule than before, so he's able to accommodate being at home. What? Jason only works part-time? How is that possible? We didn't say anything to you about it because we knew that you would try to control his decisions. Jason had a hard time working full-time at his previous job, so I encouraged him to look for something part-time. He uses the extra time now to watch Heather and take care of the house, and it makes Heather feel like she's on top of the world to have her father's undivided attention like that. You're just kidding, right? Just doesn't make sense. Is he even earning enough just working part-time? Well, he earns less than half of what he used to. But thanks to him being able to spend more time at home, I've been able to work longer hours. So our total household income has gone up, as a matter of fact. It doesn't always have to be the man's responsibility to financially support the family. I can't believe that my son, the man of the house, is actually dependent on his wife. I didn't raise him to think that it was acceptable for a woman to be the breadwinner. You never gave him any room to think for himself. And that's why he felt so pressured to obey you, which probably caused a huge burden on his mental wellness. But we were able to resolve that problem, no thanks to you, and things have been going quite well so far. So, from now on, anything concerning our family will be dealt with by ourselves, which I'm sure will work out for the best in the end. But reducing the monthly payments to me for that reason is just unfair! Who said anything about reducing the payments? I'm pretty sure that I was clear that we will be stopping the payments. And in case you didn't understand the first time, we're cutting all ties with you immediately. But why? It's your duty to care for me and make sure that I'm able to live comfortably. Huh? But you said so many times that you don't consider me as a part of your family because I have a job. That means we have no obligations to one another. Of course, that includes financial obligations. Oh, and we won't be attending the dinner to celebrate tonight. So you can enjoy your fancy Italian feast all by yourself. What? Wait just a minute. Fine, I get your point now. Let's talk this over like mature adults. I'm sure we'll be able to come to a mutual understanding. Oh, it's too bad, but I have absolutely no intention of coming to any understanding with you. I have already tried to discuss this matter with you so many times, but you just continue to insult and criticize me. So now I'm quite fed up with your terrible treatment. A bully like you deserves to be abandoned by everyone and should live a sad and lonely life all alone. After that, Elaine rushed to my house all flustered, only to find herself in front of an empty home. My family were all on our way to celebrate Heather's graduation at a different restaurant instead. Fortunately, that means I didn't have to deal with her in person ever again. After that, we moved away without saying anything to her about where we were headed. Elaine had no choice but to increase her work hours so that she was able to support herself. Since she had no idea where we were anymore, she no longer had anyone to rely on, or to impose her biased opinions on.